Today, I would like to introduce something that Japan can truly be proud of. The QC story, a practical and powerful method for solving real-world problems. The QC story was developed in Japan through decades of continuous improvement on the factory floor. It is not just a technique. It is a way of thinking that shows the strength of Japanese commitment to quality, teamwork, and steady progress. What makes the QC story special is its universal value. Although it was born in manufacturing, it can be applied to many other fields: healthcare, education, logistics, public services, and even daily business operations. Anywhere people face problems, the QC story provides a clear and reliable path toward solutions. The steps are simple but deeply effective. Identify the problem, analyze the cause, take action, and confirm the results. Because each step is logical and transparent, teams can work together smoothly, share insights, and build trust. Around the world, many organizations admire Japan's quality culture. The QC story is one of the best examples of why Japanese methods are respected internationally. It shows how disciplined thinking and steady improvement can produce results that last. In this sense, the QC story is not only a tool for problem solving. It represents a universal problem-solving philosophy, a Japanese contribution that continues to support progress across industries and borders. Japan can be proud of this achievement. And by sharing the QC story with the world, we can help more people solve problems effectively, just as Japanese teams have done for many years. The QC story is far more than a problem-solving tool. It represents a universal, practical, and highly reliable method born in Japan's quality culture. First, the QC story provides a universal problem-solving framework that works in any industry. Whether in manufacturing, healthcare, government, education, IT, or services, the same cycle: understanding the current situation, identifying the root cause, developing countermeasures, and verifying the results can be applied with powerful effect. This simple structure makes the method extremely easy to use, easy to teach, and easy to deploy across teams. Second, the QC story stands as a practical Japanese method that has earned global respect. It reflects Japan's strong heritage of scientific reasoning, data-driven analysis, and reproducible improvement. Organizations around the world rely on it because it consistently delivers reliable and traceable results. Third, the QC story is especially important in the era of digital transformation. It integrates naturally with AI, IoT, and digital twin technologies by providing a clear cycle of hypothesis testing and data-based decision-making. In other words, the QC story gives structure to digital tools, enabling them to support real improvement, not just data collection. Fourth, the QC story enhances individual skills. It strengthens logical thinking, analytical capability, and the ability to explain problems and solutions through numbers. These skills are essential for everyone from new employees to experienced managers. Finally, the QC story contributes to strengthening organizational and societal quality culture. It establishes a reliable, structured approach for error prevention and recurrence control. Because it is easy to standardize and deploy across departments, it supports long-term safety, reliability, and operational excellence. QC story steps. First, theme selection. Second, understanding the current situation. Third, goal setting. Fourth, cause analysis. Fifth, action planning. Sixth, implementation. Seventh, effect confirmation. And eighth, standardization and future plans. The QC story provides a clear roadmap for improvement and supports consistent, trustworthy results. Theme selection: background and significance. In modern manufacturing, quality issues and production challenges have become increasingly complex. Relying only on experience or intuition is no longer enough to achieve stable, defect-free operations. Defects, scrap, and low yield directly increase cost, reduce productivity, and compromise delivery reliability. To address these issues in a systematic and scientific way, the QC story methodology was introduced as a unified improvement framework. The strength of QC story is that it offers a repeatable and logical process that any engineer, technician, or production specialist can follow. It applies equally well to shop floor quality problems, equipment-related issues, or large-scale engineering and process optimization themes. Because the structure is universally understandable, teams across design, production, quality assurance, and management can share the same foundation for improvement. Understanding the current situation, establishing the baseline. The starting point of any improvement activity is an accurate grasp of the current state. If the problem is misunderstood, even well-intentioned countermeasures will fail. QC story emphasizes fact-based investigation and avoids assumptions or subjective interpretation. Engineers visualize the problem using tools such as Pareto charts to identify major contributors, control charts to assess variation, and cause and effect diagrams to structure potential factors. By quantifying the situation, we clearly understand the scale, frequency, and urgency of the issue. This baseline provides a benchmark that allows us to evaluate improvement results objectively later on. Goal setting, defining clear and measurable targets. Improvement activities must begin with well-defined goals. QC story uses the SMART framework: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. The team sets numerical targets such as defect reduction rates, process capability indexes, or cycle time reductions, and establishes clear deadlines. These targets align the entire team and create a shared understanding of what success looks like. Goal setting also ensures transparency when reporting results to management and stakeholders. Everyone sees the same measurable indicators, which eliminates ambiguity and strengthens accountability. Root cause analysis, identifying the true cause. At this stage, the aim is to identify the actual root cause, not just the visible symptoms. This prevents superficial fixes that fail to solve the problem in the long term. Engineers use structured tools such as cause and effect diagrams, the 5 Why method, correlation analysis, and scatter plots. Each hypothesis is tested using data and verification cycles. We repeat this process until the causal chain is clear and validated. This scientific approach expands technical knowledge, strengthens engineering capability, and ensures that countermeasures directly address the real mechanism behind the defect or issue. Countermeasure planning and implementation. Once the root cause is confirmed, the next step is to design effective countermeasures and execute them with precision. QC story emphasizes evaluating each measure using effectiveness, cost, feasibility, and risk. Implementation plans are structured using the 5W1H framework: who, what, when, where, why, and how, ensuring clarity and eliminating uncertainty in execution. This step aligns cross-functional teams, ensures robust implementation, and makes the improvement results repeatable. Well-planned countermeasures prevent recurrence and can often be deployed to other processes or equipment. Effect verification, evaluating the results scientifically. After countermeasures are implemented, results must be validated using solid data. QC story requires objective verification through before and after comparison of key performance indicators. Engineers analyze whether the results are statistically significant, whether improvements are stable under normal process variation, and whether the solution is robust enough for long-term operation. This step builds credibility for the improvement activity and demonstrates clear value to management. By verifying results with quantitative data, we support data-driven decision-making throughout the organization. Standardization and future challenges. Sustainable improvement requires that successful countermeasures become part of daily operations. QC story emphasizes standardizing updated work instructions, control limits, inspection points, and maintenance procedures. Training is conducted so that operators, engineers, and supervisors can apply the new standards consistently. Horizontal deployment to similar machines, processes, or lines prevents recurrence and extends the benefit across the organization. Finally, remaining risks and next step themes are documented. This ensures continuous improvement and builds an organization-wide culture of quality. Overall benefits of the QC story approach. The QC story method delivers 4 major strengths. First, a reproducible, structured problem-solving method. It eliminates dependence on individual experience and enables consistent results across teams. Second, scientifically grounded improvement. Data-driven decisions increase credibility and reduce trial and error activity. Third, easy to standardize and deploy. Improvements become part of the organization's operational standards, reducing variation and stabilizing quality. And fourth, a strong foundation for a continuous improvement culture. Teams develop higher technical capability, greater ownership, and long-term commitment to quality excellence.